25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking downfield, it's Reed. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Pulls it in. It's Wilson. Turning it on. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Under fire. That's reeled in. It's Wilson. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offensive success.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Wants to throw again. Trying to beat the D deep. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule.
He's going up top. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one.
You wonder if there's just a little bit of rust with this offense right now coming off the bye week, right? They just haven't been able to get clicking in this game throwing the football. They're going to have to find that mojo and get back into a rhythm here pretty quickly.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Keeps looking downfield. Throws for the tight end. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
And the Aggies are rolling down the field. Quarterback on the keeper.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
The Aggies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to throw, it's Reed. That's caught. It's Owens. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. Third and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. You get to have a little fun. Go get the quarterback.
Dumps it to the back. Grabbed over the middle. It's Moss. They ain't getting stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
One of the things I love about this running back, he can run a lot of different types of routes. I like the job on the angle route there, putting his foot in the ground, crossing the defender's face, and making it an easy pitch and catch for the QB.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Running back searching for a hole. Powers through the defender. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. They grab the early lead.
And this offense just made their first statement, the first drive. 4th down. What are we going to do? We're going to be aggressive. Not only that, they get the touchdown. They're rewarded. What a hot start for this offense.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. And he makes the fair catch deep in his own territory, and he might have a question or two to answer about that decision. Adjust the pattern. Dropping back, it's Stockton. That's caught, it's Thomas. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Here comes the heat. Buying some time. He'll try to do it himself. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They're going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too. And that time, that was a great play call defensively.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The sure hands, it's Frazier. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
That's a 3rd down the offense simply had to have there. You're obviously trailing early in this game. You're trying to generate some momentum. So 3rd down, defense is playing zone. You just got to find the soft spot in coverage.
There he goes. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. And the Dogs hunkering down to pick up a 1st down on the ground.
Yeah, and you can hear the sound of Larry Munson. Run the dang ball. That's what they've always built this program on, is running the football, physical running backs. That's what Georgia does.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. The Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Gonna run it. It's Frazier. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Georgia comes quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown, Dogs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field, throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter. I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. Saw a great example of it right there.
And he tacks on the extra point. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Unloads it left. Got him downfield. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42. How long have the Aggies been fishing for jumbo plays like that one?
Just dying for it. They just want high-flying offense. They want fun. They want excitement. They had it back in the day with Johnny Manziel. Been searching for those big-time plays, that big-time offense since that point.
With the catch, it's Moss. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground cover to pick up the first.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. To the air on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The Dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold them here on 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Reed. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies! They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And it's so underrated. The relation between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they pay it off with a strike from 38 yards out. They want to get the ball right back here in the first half. They've got the lead and going for the onside kick. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get it. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down to the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Might be changing the route. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Makes the catch. It's Thomas. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Now, last year, there were long stretches in which the Georgia offense hardly looked like a well-oiled machine. Now the quarterback